Hello, hello, hi, folks. Welcome. Happy Thursday in hopes that you squeezed more out of your day than the day squeezed out of you. Welcome. Good to see you. I have a story for you tonight, but I've told this story before. We've talked about this story before. I'm pretty sure. Actually, you know what? Now that I think about it, I don't remember talking about this. having having told this story, I don't remember, but I do have a very cool story to tell you, and I have a different takeaway from it as well. So before we get into that, I want to give a shout out to a few of you that have texted me and sent me personal chats and messaged me and told me that you're surprised that I am consistent with my lives and, that I've been still on, that I'm doing these skits with the real. Some of you are really, really impressed and I really enjoy it. Somebody told me today, and I really appreciate this, that he said it looks like you actually memorize the lines, which I do. That's exactly what I do. I memorize the lines, and sometimes I get them mixed up, but I don't release it until I have it almost perfect, almost. So sometimes I miss just a little tiny bit, and it's sometimes because of the loading. I don't know, but I nonetheless, I really appreciate all the love, man. I really appreciate that. Thank you. I'm on a mission, man. I'm on a mission. I'm here to do some big things. So some people are coming along, some people are gonna watch. But yeah, so I appreciate all the love. Thank you. I appreciate that. So let's get into tonight's story. If you're joining me live, let me know you're here, because I never know who's here, who's not here, until you comment, say hello or something. So story goes, two men have heard that in a field. Now I'm gonna tell this story my version. Okay, you've probably heard this story a hundred different ways, but nonetheless, that all come to the same ending, except that I'm gonna do a different draw on it. So story goes that two men find out about a field that is supposed to have gold in it. So they both get excited and they get their shovels, if you would, and they go to the field and they start digging and digging and digging and digging and digging. And they dig and dig and dig. And one of them reaches some gold. Boom, boom, and he gets some gold. And the other one is just digging away and is kind of looking at this guy. And this guy keeps getting gold, and he's not getting anything at all. So he's kind of getting really discouraged, not to say, and also frustrated, right? So this guy says, you know what? There's got to be something wrong with this area. Then it's got to be here, because this guy is getting all the gold. So I'm gonna go dig somewhere else. So he gets up and he starts to go somewhere else and starts to dig somewhere else, not knowing that he is actually 3 feet away from the diamond. I'm sorry, from the diamond. Bobby, what's going on, my man? How are you? Welcome, dude. Long time. So he finds out that it was just 3 feet away from all the diamond, right? And he just walked away from it. Why? Because he thought, oh, maybe the grass is greener on the other side. He saw the other guy getting gold. I mean, getting all the diamond, and he's thinking, well, why am I not getting it, right? So he gets up and goes somewhere else. Now, here's my takeaway, my 2 takeaways. One is that you got to keep trying, right? You got to keep trying. You can't just quit, because if you quit, you could be just right around the corner from success from the diamond 3 feet away, right? And most of the time it's that way, right? How many times have you heard the stories, or maybe even you been so close to getting it, and just like you stop and then somebody else comes and boom, right? And you're like, wait a minute, all this time I didn't get anything, and this guy, right? So it happens all the time, and it happens in the sales world, in the regular world, in everywhere world. It happens all the time. So the other takeaway, here's another one. Yes, you keep trying, but here's another takeaway. If you've put in some time and some work and effort and sweat into, let's say, one area, it would be silly kind of to get up and leave that, knowing that area is producing diamonds. Meaning if the field is a good field and the seed is a good seed, right? So if you're digging, digging, it wouldn't be really wise for you to just get up and go dig somewhere else. I'll give you an example. It's like this. It's like you trying to chop down some trees, right? And if you go to one tree and bang at it with 5 times and it doesn't fall, and you're like, this is not gonna fall. So you go to another tree and you axe at it five times at that tree, and that doesn't fall. And you go to another tree and you do another 5 axes to that tree, and that doesn't fall. Well, no tree is gonna fall with 5 axes, right? So probably better to take those 5, 5, 5 and put it all in towards one tree. Same thing here, right? The same concept as a tree. If you were to take a swing at the tree 15 times at the same spot, close enough, same tree, chances are, depending on the size of the tree, it would probably fall, right? Same thing with the well. So if you've dug and you feel like you've dug and you dug and you dug, I wouldn't leave that. It's like you've come this far not to come this far. Does that make sense? You've come this far not to come this far. So sometimes I know it may get frustrating. It may get, I don't even like to use the word overwhelm anymore because that honestly doesn't make any sense anymore. But sometimes it's frustrating, or maybe it's just like, why is this guy getting results? I'm not getting results, and I'm doing this, I'm doing that, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. Sometimes it may be because the focus is scattered, right? It's not because you don't have focus. It's just like you have focus at so many different places. It's not really like laser focused, right? So it's more scattered. And when you have something like that, then you're not really getting the best out of one platform, right? Or one well, one hole, whatever you may want to call it, right? One opportunity, one platform, like I said. So whatever it may be, it's best to, if you've come far, and if you've, let's say you've built a reputation, you've built a profile, you've built a kind of a brand, your audience knows you in a certain way, or you show up at a certain time, or you talk about certain things and you don't talk about certain things, all these together, right? This is part of you, right? This is part of you. So you've done all this stuff. It would be kind of silly to, move that all around, right? So I think it's important to maybe take that focus, and this is what I'm doing. This is self-talk, right? Note to self. This is what I'm doing. I'm taking all my focus from being scattered and just bringing him in to one, two, three spots, at least more than, more focused. So I think that that's really important. And if you're building platforms, make sure you're not all over the place, and you're because your audience depends on you. And here's what I have found, and people say this and have said this, influencers have said this, and I never really um, bought into it, right? I never really bought into it. And that is, hey, people are watching you and you don't know they're watching you, And like, those who watch usually comment or say something, why would anybody watch somebody and not say anything, right? Right? Well, they do. Wait, they do. People watch you, and people watch me, and so I know there's a lot of you that watch my replays and don't ever comment, don't ever say anything, enjoy it or hate it. I don't know, because you don't say anything. But once in a blue moon, somebody pops and says, "Oh, dude, that live or that reel that you did, it's money. I like that." Like today, I got two messages, three messages. That one was a blast from the past. Says, "Man, you're still doing lives. I'm proud of you. That's amazing." And then one, other guy, but he's talking about my reel. So never know. People are watching you. Build that brand. Stick with your well. Stick with your spot, and empires are built on a foundation. So let's build that foundation. Hopefully you guys got some love, some inspiration, some value from this live. Maybe a different take, a different twist to a very old ancient story. Maybe you have a different take even. Boom. Drop it in the comments below. Let this feed grow. I appreciate you guys. And until tomorrow, when we do it all over again. Much love.